the league versus Caitlin Clark. And that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
Even 3 years ago, you would not talk about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica. You making Stephen A. point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A. point.
Monica McNutt made a mistake on television by blaming Caitlin Clark for breaking attendance records. She should have acknowledged other players in the league. Monica noted that before to Caitlin, there were stronger players who did not have the same level of recognition or viewership.
The response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're not mentioned to talk about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before in my life. Like,
despite the media's bias against Clark, she remains unconcerned and continues to achieve records in basketball. Caitlin consistently disproves analysts' claims, making them look foolish to fans.
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
All right, we gotta go.
Stephen A., I'm talking to you. Wow. Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Really
You
appreciate
missed, my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of First Take.
Caitlin Clark's journey to popularity in the WNBA has been impressive, but her talent and record-breaking performances have not been universally embraced. Her rise to prominence in the league has been fraught with controversy. ESPN commentators Monica McNutt and Molly Cum have contrasting perspectives on Clark's effect. McNutt previously favored other rookies for top honors, while Cum was hesitant to completely embrace Clark's accomplishment, creating further disagreement.
Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standing.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above
And
them.
the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
Monica McNutt, who initially supported Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year, was a vocal supporter early in the season. She believed that Reese's performance, especially with the Chicago Sky in a better position than the Indiana Fever in the standings, made her the standout rookie. McNutt believes Reese has the potential to win Rookie of the Year, whereas Caitlin Clark is talented, but not yet at the same level.
She is cashed in, literally cashed in, but her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese?
At the time, McNutt saw Angel Reese as a promising rookie who could contribute on both sides of the floor for Chicago. Sky gave her an advantage over other first-year players, but the Indiana Fever struggled. Despite Clark's great individual results, her team's ranking did not favor her in the opinion of observers like McNutt. Caitlin is fantastic.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes to that.
Although an ESPN broadcaster had to change her mind about Caitlin, she still threw digs and did not give her the respect she deserved. Clark had proven herself to be one of the best players of the season, not just among rookies, but in the entire league. It wasn't just about the numbers, though they were impressive, but also about her leadership of the Indiana Fever. McNutt, who had previously been Allen on Angel Reese, stated that Caitlin Clark had influenced her decision to change her mind about the team's struggles and her ability to capture fans' attention around the league.
The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
Although McNutt recognized Clark's brilliance, not many at ESPN celebrated her achievement. Molly Cum, a prominent voice on the network, often minimized Clark's accomplishments, whether intentionally or not. Kim's reluctance to acknowledge Clark, despite her record-breaking performances, was noticed by Hot Topic fans.
There were a lot of people that laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we don't have any of the women, Chanae. They'll come back on. We'll revisit this conversation gladly.
Caitlin Clark smashed Alyssa Thomas's assist record, which should have solidified her as one of the league's brightest stars. However, the spotlight was on Clark's extraordinary feat rather than her accomplishment. Cum altered the topic to highlight other players' contributions to the league, avoiding focusing too heavily on Clark. This strategy was observed by spectators and pundits. Some suggested that Combs' reluctance to completely embrace Clark's success was part of a bigger effort to keep the spotlight evenly distributed among the league's top players. However, many found it forced and insincere.
Going to be dogged by better defenders one-on-one. And, of course, on the defensive end, she's got to go and play defense. So I'm not sure what the scheme will be to protect her because nobody has talked about her as a defender. And there's reason why.
Combs' stance became clear after Clark set a new record for points in a season. Despite this historic achievement, Combs argued that Clark's star power was more about her popularity with fans than her performance on the court. Clark's attraction stemmed from her ability to attract people to the WNBA rather than her talent. She was viewed as a star solely due to her popularity among fans. Combs' reluctance to fully celebrate Clark's success left a sour taste for those who felt Clark's talent and hard work were what drew fans to her in the first place.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, and we're not putting the best team out there.
There's Stephen A. Smith, known for his fiery opinions, took a different approach to the Caitlin-Clark debate than Molly Karam. Smith observed the rivalry between Clark and Reese throughout the season and argued that Reese was fueling the flames more than Clark. This was not a natural rivalry, but rather one that was being built. Smith observed that despite media and public interest in pitting the two new stars against each other, Clark remained focused on her game, allowing her performance to speak for itself.
When you were waving your hand in Caitlin Clark's face when you were beating her for the national championship, everybody remembered then that you belonged in the WNBA and your future was going to be on the pro level. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Who are these doubters?
Smith argued that Reese, despite being sidelined for the season due to injury, emphasized her rivalry with Clark rather than focusing on Clark's individual accomplishments.
Did I fake an injury? Let's be real. I literally played on my ankle like a golf ball, like a little golf ball when we played against Iowa. And pain, I'm hurt when I can't play. They won't have to tell me you shut down, you can't play. That's what they was telling me yesterday, you shut down, you can't.
During a game against Iowa, I experienced pain in my ankle and was told I couldn't play due to the injury.
WNBA Player of the Week. Surprise, surprise. Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for league MVP, honest. She ain't beating Angel Wilson for the MVP. But she's beating Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good year, by the way.
Smith refuted the notion that Caitlin Clark's popularity was solely due to her large fan base, arguing that her talent was undeniable and that anyone who questioned her abilities was missing the point. Clark was the real deal, with record-breaking performances and abilities. Court appeal.
Third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP of the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball a bad name.
Gino Orma, a prominent figure, questioned Caitlin Clark's ability to thrive in the WNBA. He questioned her ability to handle the league's physicality and fast-paced style. He even suggested that she might not be on the right team to fully showcase her skills, implying that the Indiana Fever was not the right team for her.
The Caitlin Clark effect is definitely real. We can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever in Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the game was.
However, as the season progressed, Orma's evaluation became outmoded. Caitlin Clark not only survived but thrived in the WNBA's physicality, breaking records for assists and points in a season. Her ability to take over games and make clutch plays left analysts, fans, and critics stunned. Orma, who had previously doubted Clark's ability to manage the WNBA, was proven wrong. Clark's success was not solely based on his remarkable statistics. Her leadership on the court and ability to inspire people around her made her stand out and contributed to the success of the Indiana Fever. By the end of the season, the team that had struggled in prior seasons began to improve. Even Orma had to admit that Clark had proven him wrong. She was flourishing in the WNBA and doing so on her own terms.
Indiana Fever scored 110. That was a WNBA record. And on top of it all, she dropped 35. Caitlin Clark, and, obviously she lead the league in assists and all this other stuff. She's phenomenal. She just is, okay?
Caitlin Clark smashed Alyssa Thomas's assist record, which should have solidified her as one of the league's brightest stars. However, the spotlight was on Clark's extraordinary feat rather than her accomplishment. Cum altered the topic to highlight other players' contributions to the league, avoiding focusing too heavily on Clark. This strategy was observed by spectators and pundits. Some suggested that Cum's reluctance to completely embrace Clark's success was part of a bigger effort to keep the spotlight evenly distributed among the league's top players. However, many found it forced and insincere.